Hi, my name's Mark Knights from RPG Knights. It's been a little while since I worked on some stuff for Realmworks, but I'm going to be looking at it again. So basically what I want to do is show you what I've done in building a realm. And also show you how the players are hopefully going to view it. I'm actually got some players that are looking at a player's version of this software at the moment, and I'm hoping that it's going to look pretty much what I'll show you like today, but I'll do that review in about a week's time or so after they've had a chance to play, have a look at the software, and tell me how it's going. So we'll open up Realmworks. Now, last time I spoke about Realmworks, you will realise that I was working on my 5th edition D&D world. Since that time, the holidays have happened for me, being a teacher and the like. I have holidays in Australia. We have our long holidays between December and January, and I'm only just come back to work. And so I've had that time to think about what games I'm running this year. The D&D 5th edition one is one that I'm still going to be running, but I can't really see my players using, my in-person players using Realmworks. It's not because that it wouldn't be good for them, I just can't see that they would be interested in using that particular software. However, my online players probably would for a game that I'm doing. So I'm currently still umming and ahhing about doing a Traveller game, but I'm definitely continuing to run Reign of Winter, and I am definitely also now going to be running a Super Squadron game. So what I've done is I've actually created a Super Squadron realm called Titan City. Quite organically, I've created it and worked a bit on it over the period of time. I can just open it straight from here. It remembers the last one that you've done, but I'll show you the Realmworks sort of area again. Okay, pretty much everything that we had there before. 5e realm, really haven't touched it since the last time we looked at it. So we'll open the Titan City realm. Now, Titan City is my attempt at a supers game, so it's really sort of classic superhero style, probably 1980s style superheroes working at fighting the bad guys and patrolling the city. Titan City, the background to Titan City is essentially that it's a third largest city in a country, which I've called Vandenberg. Okay, so we have Vandenberg here, and okay, so I've not got a lot of detail in here. Vandenberg is just the country that contains Titan City. As things go, I'll probably expand the information for Vandenberg out a bit. There are several other cities. There's Bellwether, okay, there's Metro, there's Vandal. Okay, these are all things that I can expand out into later on. Where there are established superhero groups. Now, Titan City doesn't have an established superhero group, and that's what the players will become, because they will be sought after as heroes that we want to have protecting the city. So you can see there that I've got quite a bit of material written into here. Now, what I actually did for Titan City is I stole a city. I can't remember which was, but it was a European city that I stole, and went to Wikipedia about that city, and essentially copied a whole lot of information into here, which gives it quite a lot of information and detail that the players can look through and poke at and decide what they're having a look at. So you can see I've got, we're looking at the Game Master view currently, so the green dots are the things that I'm allowing them to see. We can have a look at the map of the city. Okay, this is a smart image. I've got pins on the map, okay, which are areas that are associated with various things, and I can go to them. So down here we have the old hospital, Billsburn Gardens is sit in there. So the old hospital doesn't actually have its own position as of yet, but we can have a look at the picture because I've gone through Google and I've pulled out some images that suit what I really want. So this old building here is being treated as the old hospital, decommissioned about a decade ago. It's set in these wonderful gardens, and it's currently set to be demolished. so the gardens can be expanded and it can become a public place. We've got some names of people here. Some of them have some detail in them, some of them don't. It all depends on where I'm going. As I said, this really grew quite organically from me. I started with the city, stole the details about Titan City there itself and all this sort of information. And then I started building up links and different places that I thought would be interesting, and I worked with the map of the particular city, which is this map, and started going from there and building up some interesting things that I can start with. Currently I want the players to start as training, and they're going to start doing some patrols, which they'll have quite a few hits on their patrols if you know the rules of Super Squadron, which some people do, some people don't. There's the patrol. Your chance of patrol is linked to your employment, your career, and how often you go out to patrol and all that sort of stuff, and you get a percentage chance to roll. Now theirs is going to be boosted because Titan City is so heavily under attack from gangs and bad guys, basically, which is why it's going to be a fun campaign to start off with. The city itself, Titan City, has a group of people that are basically going to be an organisation called the Board. Okay, not really any detail or anything amongst that at the moment, but the Board are a group of people that, okay, we have some details over here, that are linked to these people, and they want to clean up the city for various aspects, and there'll be details that go into that. Now, what you'll find happens is that the characters will be approached, or they have been approached already in their pre-game preparation, and they have been given reign, or they've been noted as superheroes, and they want them to come in and work for the city. So they've set up a place in, you can see I'm skipping between story and world because there's a couple of different differences that we have there, but they are going to be given an area in the Singing Towers. Now the Singing Towers is this building here, okay, which sits pretty much in the centre of Titan City. So I'll show you where Singing Towers is on the map. Okay, where are we? We'll zoom in. Oops. Accidentally clicked on Pelican Park. Let's go back a bit. So we're zooming in down here, and we've got the Singing Towers right there in the centre. Okay. So we'll go back to Singing Towers, have a look at it, and this is the details of the famous Singing Towers, an elite apartment with architectural feature of playing different tunes under different weather conditions can be heard across the central city area. Tall silver and glass seems to stretch into the sky. Much of the city's elite has apartments inside this skyscraper. It's not really so much of a skyscraper from the picture, but they'll get the idea. That's what I want it to be. We probably should chop out the cars and then I could make it as big as I wanted. But essentially this is a resource, and the story's going to build around where the players come in and how they interact and how they start cleaning up Titan City and the like. If you're interested, this building's the 0-14 building in Dubai. But yeah, nice looking picture that sort of really gives some flavour to the campaign. So my players recently, good folk over at Lone Wolf or Wolf Lair, Liz Theis has organised me some a group of player licenses so I can test them, and what I want to do is get it from their perspective. Now it's going to be difficult for me to put a player's version of the software on my computer because I've got the GM software, and there's some special work you have to do if you want to take the GMs off and put the player's version on and stuff like that. So instead of me doing the review, I'm actually going to get the comments from my players and I'm going to talk to them. I'm hoping that the player mode is essentially looks like what it does from my player mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the home screen. Okay, so there's the home screen, and this is the place where the players, once they accept their login. Actually, before I go there, as a GM, this may not be on film yet, but as a GM, you need to invite people. Okay, so you manage your realm, and it has your members. Okay, so currently under this, there's just me. Okay, I'm the only member. My account is Narom, my player name is Mark Knights. I'm the owner, and my role is as the owner. You have this invite new members, so if you're a GM and you want to invite people that have got players' licenses of this software so they can look at this information, you click on invite new members, and you can see that I've actually put in a couple of invitations. It comes down here to the invitations. You click on create invitation, which gives you the details of the campaign that you're inviting them to. The invitation recipient, now you put in there their email, because if you want to email them send invitation email to a recipient, you click yes, you put them down there, and they're coming across as a player. Okay, and then you can put in a message here, which I did, and then you click send invitations, and so you can see in my invitations I've sent a couple, one to Kevin and one to James. Poor old Libby doesn't have a Windows machine, so she won't be able to use this resource, but that doesn't mean she can't play the game, of course. And the good news is that the people at Lone Wolf or Wolf Lair, or the development team behind this, eventually want this to have a web interface as well. So people like Libby, who don't have a Windows machine, will be able to access this material through a web interface, which is really good, and I'm really looking forward to that functionality. So what I'm going to show you, so I've sent those invites off. I've got another player coming on, and I have another license that I have to look at the players that I've got to offer up. But what I want you to have a look at, we'll come across here, you can click on done, and that takes us back to where we are. And we're going to enter the play mode. Now you can see here, okay, this is the home page. So whenever I click home, I come to this section here. You can't change the visibility of your home page because it's always visible, but these green dots allow you to turn on or turn off certain sections. Now these important plot elements are stuff that I'm working towards having encounters and patrol encounters. So, you know, they come along and they find an alien life form that's arrived in the city, or they find a criminal organisation trying to steal a weapon shipment, or there's a jewellery heist, or there's a gang rumble, and so on and so on. As a GM, I can look at those sorts of things, but when we enter the play mode, and this is where they should come in and have a look at things, all that sort of disappears. Okay, so if I remove that play mode, all of these links here, okay, you can see all these people there, they link to the person that's involved. But when I'm in play mode, they don't, because there's no details there and I haven't made it visible for them. I'll show you what happens when, as a GM, we can do it. So we've got here important places. We've got the Singing Towers, we've got the police headquarters, the hospital, Channel 11, Bilford Bridge, Cantina Casino, Jerry's Bar and Grill. You can see that they're all sort of things down here. Now, if I remove that and I come down and have a look a bit further, Ancient Oddities here is a link for me. And it's not a link for them because I haven't made anything publicly available for them. So if I click on this green dot, I'm saying to them the players can look at this. So we'll go back to the home page and I'll enter the play mode. So this is what I'm hoping my players can see. Okay, so Titan City. I'll go to Titan City because I'm a bit interested in where I'm going to be. And here's all this information for me. Okay, so the fourth largest city of Vandenberg, 905,184. Cultural, media, political and economic centre of this country, and all this sort of stuff's happening. And we've got some architecture, we've got some suburb details, and some literature. We've got a famous writer, all those sorts of things. That's great. So fair enough. I'll have a look at this, and you can still use these backwards and forwards buttons up here. Okay, so that's all good. I wonder what this Pelican Park's about. So I can come along here. Okay, it's an anomaly, a facility, a landmark, open space. It sits on reclaimed land near the main downtown district. Popular location of the population's recreation and sporting events. Set up on a large oval. Okay, I can have a look at it. Oh, yeah. There it is, reclaimed space, nice little oval and whatnot, and nice place for people to be, etc. Fair enough. I can also use the links hopefully to the side here. Ancient Oddities, that sounds cool. It's a small store located in the basement of a beautiful heritage building. Its owner, Jeremiah Jones, is one of the foremost specialists of the supernatural and occult in Titan City. Right, well, I'll lock his name away as a player. And we see the inside of Ancient Oddities, his magical store there. And so this is the sort of stuff that your players are going to be getting and benefiting from. Okay, in between games or during the game while they're sitting there, if they bring their laptops, lots of people now play with their laptops or their iPads or whatever. There isn't a mobile device version of this software yet, so they would have to have a laptop or something similar. If they sit there and they're connected to the net or whatever, they can have a look at this. I'm not sure, and I'll ask Liz this before I actually review the player's software, whether the software actually downloads a background copy onto the machine once you're an invited member. So that'll be interesting to find out as well. So I'll ask that Liz that question pretty much soon after I finish this video. So this really sort of does offer up a bunch of sort of interesting information. Now, I've got to do a bit more work. I'll put some people in it for them, but we've got stuff like that. We've got a little bit of interesting information that the players can start getting a feel for. My game world. I really like sort of the fact that this is a modern, can use modern sort of pictures and that sort of stuff. So we're looking at some new material that they can go in, they can have a play with, they can get a feel for the city and the world that they're going to be a part of. And it's all really just quite nice and simple and clean, and it's all handled by links. And I think from last time that we had a look at how easy it picks up those links, it really works for you. This software is something that's really exciting, and I hope you as a GM can see the possibilities of it. I've got to say that I've been working towards creating a module, so it sits there and it gives online content, and when they bring the store up, I'll be able to create that module. That was kind of like going into a rabbit hole because I was focused on the things that I needed, and then this provided a whole heap of extra information that I required. I found putting together my own campaign, the Super Squadron campaign, a lot more organic and easy to use, and I'm finding that it's really quite, I'm just moving along with the story as it feels to me, and I type up stuff and I go, that's a great idea. So I include that here and there, and there is a lot less work when I'm working with my own campaign. So if you're not somebody that wants to produce professional content for the store later on, then this is still a fantastic tool for you to use. And it provides just little snippets of information. Okay, Channel 11. It's the media centre of Titan City, has a TV station as well as the newspaper of Titan City, the Daily Edition. And again, I've gone through and given pictures to all of these sort of places that sort of caught my eye and hopefully will inspire my players. So there you have it. I really sort of just wanted to give you that taste of where we're going, where it's at, and I really hope some of you are looking at Realm Weeks with some interest. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.